So our readings this morning speak to us about choices that we make. Now, each day we make many choices, right? Like this morning you probably thought, Cocoa Puffs or Fruit Loops, right? Not real consequential decision. But some choices that we make have important, maybe even lifelong consequences in our lives. Life-changing, perhaps. And these are the choices that we're going to focus on this morning. What I choose today will lead to what I experience tomorrow. And if I choose myself, if I choose to prosperity or comfort for myself, Jesus warns us it will lead to the woe, to a place we don't want to go, to an experience in life that is not satisfying, or worse. But if I choose the other, if I choose to love, if I choose compassion and care, these choices lead to the blessing. Blessed are those, Jesus tells us, who are poor, who are hungry, who are weeping. Poor, meaning perhaps without, but also perhaps meaning willing to give up. Poor meaning not pursuing always possessions, but higher goods. Hungry. Yeah, there are people who are hungry for food, but there are also people who are hungry for justice and for peace. And weeping. It means you care about someone or something. It means you have compassion, which means choosing and willing to suffer with others. We are tempted to withdraw, at least our feelings, separating ourselves from the sufferings of our brothers and sisters. If we look at the news each night, we see so many people suffering, so many people in pain. This last weekend, 5 people were killed, were shot by gun violence. We have seen recently so many reports of people who are abused in various ways, in various depths. And we know in our world there are the poor, and the hungry, and the lonely, and the grieving. We look around our world and we see the atrocities in Syria, Iran, Iraq, and so many other places in our world. We have seen the consequence of racial discrimination of people, even in our own land. The violence on the news is constant. And then there's those who are victims of natural disasters. It is not hard to find people who are suffering, but it is hard to care. It is hard to move our hearts, to share with them their suffering and their pain. Pope Francis has a comment about this gospel today. He talks about the woe of a world without weeping, speaking about how almost without being aware of it, we can end up not being able to feel the pain of our brothers and sisters, the outcry of the poor. weeping for other people's pain and feeling a need to help them, we can end up thinking it's someone else's responsibility, not our own. Because we who are living in this land of blessing, of plenty, probably will never be truly poor or hungry, but we are capable of compassion, of feeling, and of moving our hearts to the needs of our brothers and sisters. Jesus today encourages us to mingle with, to learn from those who are poor and hungry, so that step by step, together with them, we might experience the blessing. Blessing means to care, to give, perhaps even to sacrifice, to help those who are in need. The curse is to withdraw, to care about ourselves, to seek our own comfort or security or possessions. Hopefully we are still able to move our hearts to the needs of our brothers and sisters. And we might, in a response to our readings this morning, ponder, what do I care about? What do I feel deeply about as I look around my world? Who is suffering just moves my heart. And then to act on that feeling, to put my feelings, my faith, my response to Jesus' warning into action in my life, to make a commitment to care and to help our brothers and sisters. It began, as we in our response psalm we sang, hope in the Lord. And to hope in the Lord is also to trust in the Lord. Jesus' teaching to us this morning may seem not right. We might think it is better to be wealthy and comfortable than to be poor and hungry. Let's trust in the Lord. He, Jesus, is the Lord, and He's the one we follow. And today, in this teaching, He could not be more clear. Today, He warns us those choices have consequences of what we will experience later on. So today, choose well, choose carefully, choose to love, which means to choose life.